feedback and some snippets that I had received that maybe because I'm scattered, and we make jokes about it, but because there's so much going on, that my ability to follow up on some of the commitments that I make or promises to the individual offices are not always fulfilled, and that's something that I'm gonna try and modify, because I'm not here to make their jobs more difficult, I'm here to make it easier, and so that's something that whenever I hear about them being stressed, which I know you guys all are, moving in the last week of how many situations, we have no patients at 498, 171 or Montecito and all the nonsense there. Manny doesn't have any dental assistants. Laura and her AC that she's losing. Rosa employing a team member. Claudia's looking for a doctor. Cindy's needs a DC. Angie and the fun of Silverado Ranch. So I know that there's situations that every time that you guys are dealing with it, integrating a new doctor at 491, you guys all have these things that I know exacerbate what you're already required to do and achieve. So I think that sometimes when I hear about their stress or what I haven't been able to make smoother for them, like that's something that I get anxious about.
Right. And the situation, do you get anxious about it yourself because you should have addressed all
because
that?
Because it could have been things that either I prepared them for or I could have communicated more effectively, or I could have been.
Right.
There's always ways there's always opportunity for improvement, I guess you would say. So it's just learning and making sure that we're able to prevent some of these situations from occurring moving forward. So yeah, there's things that of course we internalize that we can do better.
Right.
Because it affects other people, right?
Right.
We act and what we do.
And like I said, like you just said, it's open communication. Well, when you said you were going to help me, and you didn't, how do I address that to you? Do I hold that inside? Do I just, be mad about it, or is she going to do it again next time? I mean,
right.
So there's that dynamic. That's what I'm talking about. That dynamic that builds up. That it has to. When you meditate, I know like everyone always goes, "Oh, your answer to everything's meditate." Yeah. When you have more capacity to literally go, "Okay, I think she could have handled that better." The capacity you have is now you go, well, maybe I can bring it up this way to her next time, where you don't have that. I call it original thought. If you're anxious and wound up and fight or flights all the time, most likely it's going to be like, why next time she promises me something, I'm going to, because you're wound up. You don't have you got that tense fight or flight. You don't have the capacity to, wait a second, that was messed up. That didn't work out the way it was supposed to. But now now what are you going to do about it? See, when you're relaxed and you do your meditations, now you got that, just like I said, that little window of, okay, I think I'm going to bring it up this way because, we're all professionals. She's going to understand the way I bring it up, but you don't have that capacity to formulate all that when you're wound tight, when you're in fight or flight, when it's just another overwhelm. You just don't have the capacity to think a new thought, like, okay, wait a second. It's just almost like basic problem solving in a way. When you're troubleshooting, it's like, okay, it's funny, the other day I came out to my car and it had a flat tire, completely flat. First thing that went through my mind was, okay, I have a spare, I got that pump upstairs, I can pump it up, I got AAA. Just right away I had 3 answers to a problem where most people go, oh man, seriously today? I'm in such a hurry, because that mental overload, that's your choices. Your choices are right there in the physical, which aren't always the best choices to make, But when you're relaxed and something happens like that, or something physical happens like that, I was like, my mind didn't even skip a beat. As soon as I saw it, I go, okay, go. I got 3 choices to fix that. Easy, I always give up little examples because it's always those little ones that most people don't understand because that throws you off. And why did it throw you off? It threw you off because of that emotional overspill. You're so close anyways. Everything's been throwing you off for so long that flat tire or the traffic. I was in a conversation the other day, like, you have anxiety when you go in traffic. I'm like, I don't have anxiety in traffic. And I was arguing with this woman. She was like, psychologist, you have anxiety in traffic. I'm like, no, I don't. The speed of my car does not affect my heart rate. It doesn't. She's like, everybody does. I'm like, you're giving me anxiety. Shut up. I don't have anxiety. I don't. It was amazing. Like I said, just because it's common doesn't make it normal. I said, I love being in traffic. I got a traveling office. I'm doing my vocal lessons, or I'm learning Hebrew, or I'm doing. I'm in my traveling office. I'm listening to audiobooks all the time. I sit in traffic. I'm like, oh, cool. I get to, check my phone or see what I'm. You know what I mean? It's your capacity to. Oh, I mean, I'm sure you see it. People, like crazy people driving around you. They just race by you and get up to the next light. And I pull up to him and he's like rubbing his face. I'm like, you got up to this red light as fast as you can just to
Be next to you.
sit there out of balance, So